Warriors, so it is my lunch hour on Monday and I'm heading to Walmart's grocery pickup to pick up my groceries for this week. It's going to be another super easy, simple week as far as my menu is concerned. I just really have enjoyed having my grape nuts with fruit and yogurt this week, or this past week, and so I'm gonna be doing that again. I still have stuff to also make the protein waffles if I want those some days as well. And then I'm also going to be having sandwiches. So I got stuff to make sandwiches, just turkey breast with like tomatoes and pickles and cheese and stuff like that. They were completely out of Ezekiel bread, so that's the only whole wheat bread that I will actually eat. So I wound up just ordering some of these Sara Lee 45 calorie white bread, which it's only like 90 calories for 2 slices. So I'm not worried about it because I still have things that have white flour in them, as long as it fits into my caloric range and I'm eating it with like other like proteins and fats to like lower the effect it has on like your insulin and lower that glycemic index, then I'm perfectly fine with eating stuff that has some white flour. But yeah, I just went ahead and got that because they ran out of Ezekiel bread. I also got some eggs to make some egg salad, so I'll probably have egg salad sandwiches on some days, maybe tuna fish because I have tuna fish, to kind of mix things up a little bit. Got some, are they clementines? The little oranges. Got some clementines. Still going a little bit easy on vegetables because my stomach has just been like super upset. So going light on that this week. I'm trying to remember what else I got. I have leftover potatoes, so I was thinking about just like baking some like potato fries to go with my sandwiches. So that'll probably be like what is on the side with my sandwiches. All right, just arrived at Walmart and just going to wait for my orders. So I'm a little bit bummed because in February I did my no scale challenge, which technically I'm kind of just extending it at least for a couple more weeks, just because I have really enjoyed not worrying about the scale. Like you can see from my vlogs that I do, like I'm still eating my caloric range, still getting my water and protein in, I'm still working out, like I'm doing all that jazz. The only difference is I haven't been getting on the scale every week. And it's just been nice to not worry about that. But I did the no scale challenge for February, and then I was like, if I can lose 10 pounds in February, I'll treat myself with a road trip. So I haven't personally gotten on the scale yet, but when I went into the doctor's on it was like February 27th, I don't know, it was like one of the last few days of February, they did weigh me. I didn't look, but they weighed me. So I called up my nutritionist and said, here's what I weighed before I started the challenge. Did I lose 10 pounds? And of course she was like, you were close, you were almost there. So yeah, didn't lose 10 pounds. She did tell me that I lost more than I lost in January, and I think January I lost like 6.5 pounds. So I probably lost anywhere between like 7 to right under 10 pounds, which is better. That means that it's at least picking up a little bit. And I'm hopeful that since I had that doctor's appointment, and we kind of talked about some new strategies, we lowered my caloric range down to 14 to 1700 instead of 16 to 1900. Once I can be in a mask again without feeling like I'm going to die, I'm probably going to be going over to our little apartment gym and like getting on the bike or elliptical and doing like resistance on there for a little bit of resistance training that my knee can handle, or like walking on incline on the treadmill. Also started taking the myonisitol. So like we've been talking about some things that I'm hoping will help amp it up a little bit. And there's also the fact that right now with my asthma, I've been on more steroids. Like right now I'm taking like 2 weeks worth of prednisone, plus I had to up my intake of my Symbicort inhaler again. So that's not helping anything, but I didn't earn my road trip, and I'm not gonna like fudge and do it anyways. Just feeling kind of bummed, but at least she said I got close to 10, and that makes me happy. That does make me happy. Like I will take that. But I do think that I'm going to stay off the scale for a little while longer. I don't know how much longer. We'll see. Well, I'll just kind of go with the flow. Like I said, I'm doing everything that I would do anyways. The only difference is I'm not getting on the scale and dealing with like all of the frustration that's been coming with that. And it's just been really nice to just not be stressing about that every week.
It wasn't me. Killing an FBI informant is the dumbest move any of us could make.
Unless you and Frank framed someone else.
Oliver, look at me. This is what Xavier wants. For all of us to point the finger at each other. Don't fall for it. Sign, and I'll get you out of here. How'd it go?
Alright folks, here is my lunch for today. I've got my grape nuts with pomegranate seeds, and I'm going to add some almond milk, and then my Premier protein shake and a couple mandarin oranges, and this all comes out to about 750 calories. Alright, so here's my dinner for tonight. I have a sandwich with low sodium turkey breast, pickles, tomatoes, and 2 slices of cheese, as well as some olive oil mayonnaise. And I have a couple mandarin oranges and a Oikos 000 Greek yogurt. And all this comes out to about 700 to 725 calories, putting me somewhere probably around 1,450 calories for today.
Take a moment to allow your body and mind to settle into a state of calm relaxation. A wonderful feeling emerges from the knowledge that you are taking time for yourself. Your mind and body are responding to this gift. Tune in to your natural breath as you begin to sink deeper and deeper into a state of peace. Notice your body in its current position, feeling the weight of your body on the chair or the floor.
All right, so I just got done doing my body scan and reading my 10+ pages of my nonfiction book, which I am reading right now, Atomic Habits. And I wanted to share this quote that came up in my reading today. Hold on, let me find it. Got it on my handy dandy iPad, which you can't see because it's all blurry, but yeah, I'm reading it on my Kindle. So it says, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. They seem to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be enormous. It is only when looking back 2, 5, or perhaps 10 years later that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones becomes strikingly apparent. Yes. I love this, especially because I read this quote right after doing my mindfulness body scan. And, you know, this is something, especially with like mindfulness and meditation, that I've really been trying to work on, is that I've usually been doing it as a more reactive habit, like when I'm feeling super stressed out or overwhelmed, then I practice it. But I know better than that. Like, I know that doing it every day, even on the days when I'm not feeling stressed out or overwhelmed, is a lot better than only doing it when I'm feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, because it's cumulative. The benefits of things like mindfulness and meditation or any other healthy habit are cumulative over time. And the other part of this quote that really stood out to me was this last sentence. It is only when looking back 2, 5, or perhaps 10 years later that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones becomes strikingly apparent. Love that, especially that cost of bad ones, because a lot of the times we get into this mindset, myself included, that because what we're doing is not causing us any mental, emotional, or physical pain now that we can see, then it's all right. But just because something doesn't have consequences right now in this moment doesn't mean that there aren't going to be consequences 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years later down the line. But yeah, that is it for today's modified 75 hard challenge. Met all of my goals for today. I did my body scan, did my mindfulness, I did my writing, worked out, got my water, protein, all of that stuff in. Ate my caloric range, so today was definitely a good day.